guys, we're gonna play WoW again, and I switched over to this mic because reasons. Well, I said I was gonna try to save these 3 for last. So, I guess we're gonna go with the dwarf because it's our only option left. I know I could do the Death Knight or the Demon Hunter, but I think I'm gonna save those for way later because, oh shit, add-ons. Well, because reasons. They're not even. Oh, they are. Never mind. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Because I don't even remember what I was saying. I don't want to do that. I want to like level up all of them at like the same time, so going like level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 55, level 1, level 1, level 98. It's just stupid. So, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, we're not here. Well, I guess we're here to talk about whatever. Sup, dude? Great to meet you too. This is by far the starting zone I've played the absolute most because dwarfs are the best. Although I've got a pretty good feeling this might be my first or almost my first female dwarf because I've always been kind of like they look weird. But you know what? With armor on, yeah, let's go to this. You know what? With armor on, they look kind of cool. Like that. That looks pretty sweet. That looks kind of weird. Let's see. That looks kind of crazy. That looks crazy. They're kind of just like. I think if I were to complain at all about dwarfs and if they had any imperfection, was that the male dwarf is a bit too wide, especially when he's attacking things. Like, hold on. Let me switch to a weapon that won't one-hit. And like, see that? That's okay. The male dwarf stance is like really weird. And with two-handed weapons, it looks kind of silly. And that's literally my only gripe with them. But female dwarfs don't have that, so maybe I'll like this. I mean, she looks kind of cool. You know, I picked a weird armor. But let's see. The most famous armor, that looks pretty sweet. That looks kind of okay. That looks alright. Like all this. That looks pretty dope, actually. Get like a nice shirt to go underneath it, and that'd be sweet. Alright, anyways.
How are ya? Off with you.
Anyways, dwarves are cool, and I think I've decided that as far as the other little thing I've been doing on the channel has been going with Cuphead, I think I'm going to take a break from that for a little bit because it's just pissing me off, if I'm to be totally honest. And if I were to give any sort of review on the game, it's not anything like Dark Souls, actually, which people are saying it is. Because if you ask me, Dark Souls, other than a few weird things, is hard, but when you get killed, you feel like you're at fault most of the time. But when I was playing that, I constantly got these feelings of like, that wasn't really my fault that I died. It was just like, that's just the game. So maybe I'm just not a fit for the game, but it just doesn't seem like it's for me. Maybe I'll go back and I'll try it again some other time and finish off the playthrough, but I just don't really feel like it. But as we are dwarfs, and dwarfs like to drink, I figured I would share some fun drinking stories because I've done a lot of that. And I totally forgot that I haven't put on a cape. There we go. And I've had some weird times. Like, for instance, if we're gonna start off with a story, we might as well start off with a story of pain. And I was out, and there was this band. I keep itching my eye. There's this local band playing in town, and we went and saw them, and we decided that after having a bit to drink, we were going to go do karaoke at a bar down the street. So I went with one group of people, but I met up with another friend, and we all agreed to meet there. So my grand strategy was to leave with my friend and not the people who brought me. And then on the way there, after I knew they left, text them and ask them where they went and pretend that I was still at the bar that we were previously at. Now, that would be great and fun and all, but they literally watched me walk out the door with my friend. So that was ruined from the get-go, but I had no idea. So here I am, sneaking, half crouched, through the whole parking lot, trying to not be seen. And I go to get into my friend's, he's got a Volkswagen Golf. And it's just like little hatchback car. And I go, and I'm sitting there crouched over, and I reach over, and I open the door, and it clocks me dead in the forehead and rips my face open. Like, I had a big inch and a half gash, like, from here to here. And I just played it off like it was no big deal. And they were just like, dude, you're bleeding. And I was like, yeah, I'll just wash it off when we get there. So I got there, and I go to the bathroom, and I go to wash it off, and this guy's like, dude, are you alright? And I was like, yeah, I just tried to be sneaky, and it didn't quite work. But little did I know there was literally just blood all over the sink. I wasn't even paying attention. I just wanted to do karaoke. Needless to say, I was relatively drunk. So I just got up, and big gash on my face, sang some random song karaoke, had a few more beers, and went home. And yeah, that story's pretty okay. But my favorite one was when I battled a fire. And by fire, I mean literal fire. Not like house fire. But I was at a party, and they had a little fire pit. And this one kid decided he was going to try and jump over it. Well, the amateur that he was jumping over the fire pit by jumping and putting his foot down on this log in the middle of the fire that wasn't on fire yet. So, as somebody who frequently jumps around up and over things, I wanted to show him how to properly do it. So stupid me starts jumping over the fire, skipping the log, which it was about a 7 to 8 foot long fire. It was sizable. And I'm sitting there jumping over it, and I was like, oh man, this is actually pretty easy. I want to challenge myself. So I'm standing there, and all the jumps beforehand I had a running start, like, you know, you would expect someone to do when they're trying to jump over a fire. But this time, I look at it, and I'm like, man, I bet you I could broad jump this. So, this is why you don't try to drink and then do parkour. It's not normally the best idea. And I'm standing there, and I still to this day feel like I would have made it if not for my shoes that I was wearing, which were like hiking boots that were super, super worn down. So I had no grip. So I go to jump, and I clear it, and I land on a rock on the other side, and my feet slip out from under me. And I literally just fall backwards, square into the fire. I don't catch fire, but I definitely took embers to my ass and my arm and my hand, and I twisted up my ankle, and I now pretty much have what I'm assuming is like a permanent like circle scar right above my ass cheek from where I fell into a fire, which I guess is my permanent reminder of, hey dumbass, don't jump into fires. So there's that. And after I roll out of this fire, we just kind of go to Denny's, and all these assholes order coffee, while meanwhile my arm is like on fire, and it's just starting to get this pain, which I don't know if any of you have ever like been like burned relatively badly, but it like I started to have like random spurts of it hurting really bad and then like going away, and then hurting really bad and then going away. So here I am just holding my hand, because it was right like right here, and I was just like holding it, and I was like, man, this hurts really bad. And they're like, oh, do you want a coffee? And I was like, no, that shit's hot, why would I get a coffee? So I ordered a chocolate milk, and all they did was make fun of me all night for wanting a chocolate milk. And then I woke up the next day and played golf with a twisted up ankle, and I could barely walk. I had a hangover like you wouldn't believe, and I had recent scar burns on my back, and it was a painful round of golf, but it was fun. So those are really the only painful stories. The other ones are just bowling. Ugh. I'm like an old man. Basically went out and drank and bowled a lot. And all we did was just, we'd go and bowl and drink. And then go home. That was it. Well, that was pretty boring for drunk stories. But as far as bowling went, we basically just came up with trick shots, and I mastered the art of bowling the ball between your legs with a curve on it and still managing to get strikes and pick up spares. And that was my talent, and I wish I had a video of it. Maybe I'll put videos of random things I did somewhere in this. If not, I'm gonna cut this whole thing out, and you'll never see anything of what I just said. But I guess, oh no, the other drunk story is a part of a video on my channel, which is just me being drunk in an area and deciding to give people a lesson on how to do a side flip in a spot where even if I was sober, I probably wouldn't land the side flip. You had to step up about 2 feet, and then the landing was another like 6 inches or more up higher than where you were jumping off of, which I don't have the ability to do that, or if I do, I didn't at the time. So I'm just sitting there telling people, oh, this is how you do it, this is how you do it, and I'm just like, alright, now here's an example of how you do it. And I go and I do exactly what I feel like I would normally do, and I get a half rotation around, and I land right on my head. And that's it. But anyways, if this is a lesson for any of you, it's that you shouldn't drink and then go do things that are stupid. Which sounds like an easy enough thing to avoid, but trust me, it's not. Sometimes you just kind of get this drunk confidence, and you're just like, yeah, man, I can do this, and no, I'm telling you right now, you fucking can't. You really, really can't. And, I've broken a phone. I'm gonna say this is the phone. This really isn't the phone. But, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I broke my phone because I was walking around. I went on a vacation in New Orleans and I drank a lot, and I didn't quite grasp how far, or not how far. I didn't quite grasp how wide this gap was. It was much narrower than my body. But for whatever reason, I thought I could swing under a bar and do an underbar through it. So I tried, and obviously my legs got caught, and inside my pocket was my phone face out, and it got absolutely obliterated by the wall. And the screen was a mangled mess. And that's when I learned just how simple mistakes can make things horrible. I decided I was going to go get a new phone. And hope there's a warranty. Which turns out Apple does warranties, but their warranty just means you get the phone for like half price, so you still have to buy a new phone. And you gonna start talking? I definitely didn't get you yet. There you go. And so I go there, and we're trying to type in my Apple ID, and it's not quite working. It's not quite working. It's not quite working. Because we're trying to transfer everything over. Because not only was my screen messed up, the back plate on the phone is bent. So I physically, they wouldn't be able to replace the screen, is what they told me, because the back plate was so mangled that if they went to go and replace the screen, putting a new screen on it would be bent so much that it would just shatter again. So there was no point in trying to fix that phone. So I was like, whatever, we'll just get a new phone. I guess it'll suck. I'll have to spend the $300 and something, but fuck it. I need a phone. And I go and I start to go through the process, and they're just like, oh, it's not registering your Apple ID. And I was like, what? It's right here. And I went to go show her, and she was like, oh, you didn't write .com for your email. You wrote .con. So the email address is impossible to get to. So here I was with an Apple ID that was impossible to get, with a phone that was impossible to fix, like 2,000 miles away from home, just trying to fix my demolished phone. So basically I just dealt with it, because even though it was a mangled mess, it was still workable. So I just used it for another week before it got so messed up that I'm assuming a wire or a chip inside came loose and it just wouldn't power up anymore. So again, sometimes alcohol gives you fun times, but sometimes it gives you very, very not fun times. And for any of you kids out there, what is this? I like this. For any of you kids out there, this is what alcohol does to you. You feel like you can do something, but you cannot. You're out of range when really you're right next to it. It's just, you know what? Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's awful. Sometimes it's boring. It's just, you know, you spend a lot of money to do some cool stuff, and sometimes it's not that cool. But I will say, it makes for a lot of really fucking fun times. But don't be an idiot about it. Okay, I just had to get that out of the way so people aren't like, man, you're promoting drinking bad. which I kind of am, but I'm also trying to tell you not to be an idiot. Because I've been an idiot before and it's not fun. Sup, dude? But anyway, enough about alcohol things, even though we're these guys. Dwarfs, and dwarfs like beer, I guess. Because they're all about brewing. Oh, there he is. Come here, fire elemental. I just doing my thing. Come on, where is this guy? See, dwarfs are so popular. You're never running through this alone, no matter what server you're on. Ugh, die, man. I'm gonna use this. Oh shit. I think I need to like disable. I think I said that to that. I need to disable so many like hotkeys because like I go to hit my T, which is one of these, and I accidentally hit Y and pop that open. I go to hit V and accidentally hit C and pop that open. I distinctly got rid of B because I would always go to hit V and hit B. Because I try for PvP to have all of these buttons, you know, R, F, V, T, and G, so I could bind those to keys so that I only have to worry about 1 through 6, and then shift 1 through 6, and control 1 through 6, and then mouse up and down, and then shift mouse up and down, so that I can, you know, keep my fingers really close to where they need to be, so I could use the PvP. You know what I mean?
What's on your
I hope so. Alright, now I gotta head on over to here. I really like the dwarf starting zone, which is probably why I've done it so much. I've had times where I've picked a server and I've made literally every dwarf like class combination I could, and I just played a dwarf, and I would go through the starting zone over and over and over and over again, just because I think dwarfs look really cool in armor. I think like male dwarfs look super cool in armor. I like, see, that looks really cool. But yeah, I just when dwarf males are holding two-handed weapons, I think they just kind of look a little bit silly when they're attacking stuff. It just seems like their shoulder pads are like breaking off of their body, and it's just not quite right. But hopefully maybe female dwarfs will be different, and you can get yourself a Princess Leia haircut and have freckles. Yeah. And name yourself something that has to do with ale, and then a generic first name. Oh, I need to grab shit. Did they? Oh yeah, they moved all of this stuff right here, which is pretty convenient. But anyways, I'm kind of enjoying this little like just kind of hang out, talk about whatever the hell I'm thinking of, and just playing WoW, which is great. And I'm hoping that as this keeps on going, I have more fun with it, and maybe I won't even like subtract characters. I want to like force myself to get each character. Oh man, stupid inventory. I want to like force myself to get each character to like a level. Like I want to get them all to at least, I want to say 60 or 70. I'm not sure which, and maybe we'll decide it more along the way. My head itches. But I want to get them to at least 60 or 70. So, oh, maybe I could do it. Yeah, see, I'm still thinking. Because, like, 60 gets you through Classic, which is sweet. And I like being able to get through all the Classic content. Holy shit, I've done every single classic dungeon thing you can do. That's cool. Have I done all? Okay. So I need to do this one day. Maybe I'll do that. Saturday I'm really busy. But Sunday, I'm not. So maybe Sunday, I'll just do like a live stream and just go through all of these heroics. And then, is this where it starts to get? Yeah, this is where you start to get like, oh, you gotta beat an heroic, but you gotta beat an heroic a certain way. And then if you do all that, then you can maybe get a mount or something, I think. Oh yeah, do I get something for... No, I just get nothing. This is... Yeah, you get a title, and then you gotta do all the heroic achievements. Oh man, I'm not really that close to that. Is there anything I'm close to? Oh yeah, this. Fucking Blizzard. If you ever happen to watch this, I have a paladin. I changed it to a Draenei from a dwarf. And when I changed it, I had this achievement done. I remember vividly doing it with that raid group that I was on my monk with. And we got this achievement as a 10-man. And I just remember being so close to finishing this whole thing and getting this mount. And I was like, man, I should really start doing 10-man, because I had already done 20-man. And when I race changed and name changed, this achievement disappeared. And I opened up a ticket, and the guy said he couldn't do anything for me. And I was like, are you kidding me? I had the achievement, and now I don't. That's like it. And he was like, oh, we can't really prove it, so we can't really give it to you. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And he was like, sorry. So, give me the goddamn achievement. Because I don't want to go and do it. I'm pretty sure I need to bring a friend, and I don't have any of those. So, just give me the achievement, man. Or maybe somebody watching this, come help me get the achievement. That'd be cool. But, anyways, maybe I'll stream me doing heroics and stuff and talking about random stuff. But, until then, we're gonna hop into the inn. And we're gonna go log off, and we're gonna save the rest for another episode, which we're still gonna try to figure out exactly what we're doing here, but we've kinda got some sort of idea. I want to do a little bit of PvP with each guy. I want to do a little bit of dungeons with each guy. I want to try each spec. I want to try each profession and see which profession I like the best, so that at the end I can pick a profession that I like the most. That's even crazy in itself. And we're just gonna level up and do whatever. So, until then, this is me, being me, saying, you do you. And peace out, man. Yeah. Bye.